And good afternoon, everyone. This is Big Sam and Nephews and Coach Sherry. Nephews, Javier and Parker, they're in Atlanta. We have a guest today. Could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Tylen Ward, Coach Ty. Just a businessman, coach, volunteer in the community. Anything I do for the kids if I ain't working. So, you know what I'm saying? That's who I am.
That's good. Oh, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Coach Sherry. I'm the extra. That's
You're the star.
I'm the extra.
Right.
That's what we gotta put in. I'm giving a woman's point of view. So, how do you know Big Sam?
Yeah, Big Sam and I go back a long way, man. He was coaching one of my teams, through the streets program, and I was a young buck, you know what I'm saying, as my coach, I had a little mouth on me, so we bumped heads a couple of times, but the guy, he's good heart, and he knows the game of basketball. Me being young, I didn't know respect that at the time, but you know what I'm saying, I did learn a lot from him, and we built a relationship, so he could always mess with me and stuff, but it was always encouraging, you know what I'm saying? And so, over the years, we just been long-time friends.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you guys start with the questions. It's on y'all.
Coach Ward, how you doing?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
Man, just trying to make it out here. So, what do you particularly see in the game of basketball right now that attributes to rate or really bringing up the kids right now?
Right. Wow. Actually, it's funny you asked that. I was just thinking about that the other day, because the game nowadays is not about learning the game. I think a lot of kids just want to go out and play the game. And I think, back when I was coming up, we knew who Dr. J was. We knew who Will Chamberlain was. We knew who these guys were. You know what I'm saying? These kids nowadays, you name somebody 10 years ago, they have no idea who it is. So
Right.
there's no education of the game anymore. And that's kind of what I want to bring to it. But I mean, you got some athletes out here nowadays, man. You got kids.
You got some stats.
You know what I'm saying? And the catch-22 about it is that they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? You got to try to figure out what it is that makes that one tick and makes that one want to listen. So
right.
Yeah. You had that because you used to be that.
see,
oh.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's
what I'm
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Since you used to be that, how do you connect with that?
It's difficult, man. It's difficult. I had to learn, from the bottom up, man, probably about halfway through my coaching career. And what that was that every kid is different. You can't come, I'm an intense coach, but at sometimes, one kid, I got to just bring it down and pull him aside and just kind of be like, hey man, is everything all right? Talk to him wise, but it's the fact is that all these kids are different. Everyone is different. What works for one ain't gonna work for the other one. And you got to figure that out, because if you don't, you're always going to bump heads with that one kid. You're always going to have that one. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
And then making them buy into the whole team mentality and ready to ride out. You know what I'm saying?
Is it hard to make them buy in?
Yes. Yes, because you get kids like we got one kid on our team, man. I swear, dude, 6'6", man. He cool, man. Nice, but he won't go in the paint. And we tell him, right? And we tell him, man, and he a guard too. So like anybody gonna be guarding him gonna probably be like 6'2", 6'3". And then I'm like, dude, when you get that mismatch on you, you shouldn't want to be anywhere but in the paint right now. But
right.
Never go into it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you get that, he's one of the guys where I'd be like trying to get into him, like, come on. But we bounce back a little bit, and I try to get him to buy in. I'm still working on that one. So, like I said, it's all about finding what that one's niche is, what drives that person, and when you get that connection with them, like I'm saying, like Big Sam, he knew his connection with me was getting on me. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew that talking stuff to me was gonna make me be like, all right, coach, I'll prove it. And then once he found that out, he hit on that every time he hit on that every time he see me.
He just kept pulling the string on you.
Yeah. So you know what I mean? And you know, the kids are and another thing about it is you gotta understand them and be open enough to let them have a voice too. You know what I'm saying? Especially now these kids are really vocal and empowered. So you got to give them a chance to be like, okay, well, my idea is this, coach. And he's like, all right, man, let's try it. See, it didn't work.
Right.
Right.
Okay, go ahead. And then they say at the end, okay, coach, we'll do it your way.
Right. Thank you.
All right. If you want to.
Tyler, how old is your son now?
He's 14.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, I remember that little dude when you were born.
Yeah.
That is so amazing, man. And now you coaching at Apple Valley too?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to do some things, Sam.
Well, you know, do what?
Is he the boys coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're in our conference. I mean, they're in our section. Just asking.
Well, who you with?
I coach Hastings girls basketball.
Wow.
I just got hired this year.
Okay. Me too. I just got brought on this year too.
Yeah, they're excited. Nice. They're like, they can't wait.
That's you love that though, right? You love that.
Right. Parents are excited. They're just like, okay, what do you need us to do? We'll just do whatever. What do you need? Oh, right. Okay, well, let's wait. We got tryouts still on the 15th. Just
right.
So I have a quick question, and actually both of you coaches can actually answer this one. So what are some of the challenges you guys are facing being new coaches coming to a new environment? And you know, and really kind of you know, pulling all really, because it's not just the team, you got to put the whole community of the school into what you guys are doing. Like what challenges are you guys seeing, and how's it working out for y'all, really?
Tyler?
Coach Ward, you go first.
Okay. I would say that I've been coaching in this community because I was coaching at the association level with the younger kids for a while. So this community I've been a part of in regards to being a coach for a long time. They kind of know me as that. So it's kind of a little bit easier for them to buy into what I'm saying because they see that it's been working. And but to come in new and to have a whole group of kids just listen to what you're saying is not an easy task. It's not an easy task, and it's not a plan that we feel like it was going to happen this year. I think we look down the road, maybe like next year, having a pretty good team concept, and then maybe the year after that, just we got a whole bunch of kids that bought into it. This year is going to be tough. You know, you got a whole bunch of guys who are just have their own views on what they think is going to work, and you got to try to break that down. The community, as far as the parents and all them, I've been in the community for a while, so parents are excited to have me on board, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. I was at the playoff game, the high school playoff game at St. Thomas, and the families that were there was like, "Yeah, man, we heard you got hired to be on, and you know, it's great, it's amazing, man." You know what I'm saying? So it's good to get that love from parents and people in the community. So hopefully, it's not a difficult thing for them all just to buy into it. You know?
Nice.
So I'm brand new to everything, the area, the program.
Right.
I'm their 5th coach they've had in 4 years. So they've had a lot of turnover.
Right.
But the girls are excited. The parents are excited. The booster club is excited. The AD is excited. The principal is excited. So I figure if I got that, then you know they're ready to buy in. They're ready for something different.
Right.
They're ready. Like they've been saying, we want to play up-tempo basketball, coach. But every time we mentioned it before, okay, well, don't worry about it. We are.
Right. We're gonna run it. Yep.
And so they're just like, so how are we gonna get into shape? So my captain called me today, and I told her that she needed not to play fall league because she kind of tweaked a hamstring. And I was like, nah, we need you for the season. Just sit out. She called me today, like, coach, I got a clearance. I have to wear a brace. I'm feeling good. I've been out running. I'm like, do you want to play tomorrow? Yes. I'm like, you can play tomorrow. Yes. She's like, I'm excited. It was so funny.
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay. She's like, I just got to get out there. I just got to connect. So I don't really have any issues. My two coaches that I have, my JV coach and my C squad coach, they're from the community. So they've coached the girls that I have since they were like fourth grade
Yeah.
on up. So I got a good group of staff. I got backing behind me. You can't ask for more than that coming into a new program.
Right.
Nice. All right. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, I think too, though, you know, one of the big challenges for us is we're not, I think the best thing we could have did was, you know, our JV coach, we elevated him. He was a C team coach. We made him, Sherry made him the JV coach right out of the gate. And I think the other thing was, I said, run the camp. He said, well, I said, you know everybody. I don't know these kids, right? So that was another, we did 3 weeks with the camps back in July, I think it was, Sherry.
Right.
And so 3 weeks in succession. So that got us acquainted with the kids and working hard and whatnot. So that was a great asset for us because at least we put the C team coach, made him the JV coach, and then of course he ran the whole camp too.
Well, he'd been coaching C squad for 6 years. Really?
Right.
It's time for you to be promoted. Like
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
it's
you
not
gotta
here,
move up.
just stay with C squad. No, come on.
Right.
Just come on.
And I think the other thing too was it's just my own personal opinion. I just think like the lid, we let the lid off of the JV coach because you know before I think he was stymied, you know, working with the other people, and I don't know if they weren't. I know for a fact they weren't allowing him to be himself, you know.
Right.
So now we're just letting him, hey, dude, rock and roll with us, man.
We all are on the same page of how we want to run, how we want to play.
Right.
So that's a good thing when you have coaches like that, because no one's trying to be like, well, I don't, you know, I don't know. So yeah,
well,
he's
you
like,
know,
oh yeah, let's get it and go. I got a transition drill for that. Okay, cool.
Right.
We started it at camp.
But
So
that's where it's important that is within the coaching staff. The coaching staff's got to be on the same staff, on the same
Right.
page all the way through. You know what I'm saying? They gotta, and you gotta buy into the head coach. The head coach, you gotta roll with that idea. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the head of the snake. So
Well, I think for you, Tyler, you know, you're going to a program that they are outstanding programs, state champions a few years ago. So you know they run. They run.
Right. See, Coach Pat, our head coach, Coach Pat, he's ready to get out there and full court press. I mean, we're trying to do some things with these kids to show them something different than they've seen since the championship years. You know what I'm saying? They haven't seen that style of basketball, like you're saying. So we're trying to bring it back to them and teach them, okay, this is how you got to be. But to play at that level, it's got to be energy. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be you got to be balls to the wall every time you're on the court. And that's I think a lot of like we was talking about before. You know, 100. Thank you. 120, like 100, just regular. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be 120.
Right, you got to be 120 or 150.
Yes.
That's what I'm gonna give you.
Yes.
You know, I'm gonna give you that. So I need you to give that back to me. And if you can't do that, then playing time will be affected.
Hey, that's the new thing I done got into what you asked about before. The difference from before is like, man, coaching at the association level, you gotta try to make sure you get everybody in, whatever. This right here, player, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you out there walking, you will be coming out.
Come on and have a seat, because it's apparent you don't want to do right. So that's the, I think we are going to be okay. The girls are ready to do something new. They're excited to do something new. They're nervous.
Right.
My captains already told me, they're just like, Coach, we're really nervous because, you ran us to death the last week of camp. And I really did. It wasn't meant to be intentional, but I really did. Because I had 3 courts. Really?
Yeah.
So I did like box jumps, shuffle drills with the ladders. Then I did defensive shuffle. And then we did the backwards thing where you shuffle. And then at the end, you had to shoot a free throw. And then you had to come back and do another box jump because each box jump was different. But everything else was the same.
Right. Right.
So they were just like, so
Running.
coach, for tryouts, is that something we're going to be doing? I said, oh no. I said, that's saved for a Saturday practice. What? I'm like you. I want to press.
Hey,
We got an entire bench.
hey,
You
hey.
get tired, I got you a sub.
I got somebody come in for you. You good.
Yeah, you take
Yeah,
your
so-
breather and then you go back in. That's how we gonna
Right.
rattle teams. They're not gonna be
Right.
ready for us.
Now, Tyler, I also, it's just my own opinion, I just think, you know, all this traveling now, everybody's traveling, going here and going there. So they're accustomed to people running. And if you're not pressing and running, your opponent is pressing and running.
They are.
They're gonna run you off the court.
They are running. Yeah, I think that's the whole point of this young generation, is that they're comfortable being 90. If give 100, you know what I'm saying? They're comfortable just being that. And I think because to play a regular, and other coaches is letting them. That's another problem. And you know, I think if you're sitting back and waiting for people to come down on defense, that's probably 90, or maybe 100%, maybe, right? But if you are pressing, if you are pressing somebody, full court pressing somebody, that takes a lot of energy. And for us to have that ability, especially if you're playing with the team that we have, is probably going to be around, you know, biggest player around 6'4". You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be playing against teams that's got some 6'7", 6'8", 6'10" dudes. Mm-hmm. So we got to be gun ho. Yeah, we got to be ready to go. We got to be ready to press that ball, man. We got to stop the ball from even getting down the court. You know what I'm saying? We got to take those freebies we can get, and to do that, you gotta put it 110%, man, at least on that court, and that's at the least. And if I can't get that, that's a miss tip of a ball. That's a miss rebound. You know what I'm saying? And we can't have that. We can't have that to win these games.
Because we have like 2 transition drills, one out of a free throw and one off of a missed basket.
Right.
Like, I don't care what side drawn. Somebody better call outlet. Somebody better get to that middle, and it's just like a pass. And while the other team is trying to figure out what's going on, we done already scored, and now we back.
Right. I mean,
So one quick question, you know, and this is a big thing for me. You know, I could actually coach AAU. So, you know, from the high school, you know, from the high school coaches to the AAU coaches, it's a little bit of a separation. But how do you guys navigate what we like to call the social media player? You know, the kids that, you know, like to, you know, let me get my likes up. You know, let my fans, or let me see how many fans I can get. Like, how do you high school coaches kind of navigate those players not to, you know, be so gung ho into let me get these likes and really get gung ho into their career? Because a lot of kids forget, like, hey, look, you still gotta provide on the court. Like, you still gotta, you know, compete.
Right. Yeah, that's tough.
Well, you know, you know, they say it's a different era, and it is a different era, and they got different things, but it still comes down to playing the game. Yeah. Playing the game. You know, I've coached for a long time, and I've seen, you know, I'll tell you, some of the things are, you know, okay, and some of the things aren't okay. But I think the one thing, if you're not hustling, you know, on the court, off the court, then you're no good to me. Mm-hmm. If you're not hustling. And you know, Tyler knows, man, I've had some hustlers in my time.
Yeah, man. I totally agree with you, Big Sam. Straight up. And that was our era, Sam. That was the era that our era was probably the last. Y'all era still doing, you know what I'm saying? Our era, like our age we at now, people on here, you know what I'm saying? Was probably it was last of the Mohicans, man. The last of the people that just said, you know, you ain't gotta explain nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what I gotta go out there and do. I'm gonna go out there and do it. These kids nowadays, you gotta go get a rebound. Why?
Right. Go get a rebound. Or box out. Man, I'm not touching him like that. Right. Because that's a box out. How you? Box out. That's how you do it. Because I coach boys and I coach girls. So crazy.
And I'll tell you what, that's the difference between a player that's going to go to college and a player that's going to not go to college.
Exactly.
And that's what the parents don't realize. That's what the
Right.
parents don't realize.
And so, yeah, you have to always deal with these parents. Oh my gosh, I've dealt with these parents for years here. And, bottom line is, you can just tell them, hey, maybe if your son or daughter can improve and play and practice, because they just come out to the game and watch the game. They don't see the idiosyncrasies behind the scenes. Well, what's going on in practice? What are you doing? You're putting forth the effort in practice,
Right.
that sort of thing. And if you're not, then, you can't go in the game and play for me. You can't play for Sherry, right? Can't play for Tyler.
Right.
So,
right.
And it's not an argument with these parents. I don't get into arguments with parents at all because you're never going to win. Because little Johnny could do no wrong in their eyesight.
That's it. That's it.
Do you find it, real quick, do you find it different coaching out in the suburbs as compared to the city?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you get, you got parents in the city, man. They know what's going on. They know what we're doing. They know how the game goes. They know the time the game starts, time the game finishes. They know the ins and outs a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you got your, parents and kids who are just rogue to the game and want to be stars and all that. But still, at least they know what's going on. They know the process of the game. And out in the suburbs, they really don't know that much. You know what I'm saying? So these parents are just showing up to the games and, supporting their kid and only voting for their kid, but not understanding what it takes to build into a team concept, not understanding that pushing the kid hard. Because I can go to Roosevelt, show up at practice, put all 10 kids on the line, tell them to do bear crawls, and they may be mad, but they're going to do it. I ain't going to have no parent, and I ain't going to have no parents calling me at nighttime. If I do something like that out in the suburbs, I may have that because they're not used to that. The kids weren't never pushed that hard before. So you got to kind of, like I was telling you before, you got to relate to the kids first, figure out what ticks with them, explain to them, this is why we're doing this. This is why we move it. This is why we do all this intense skill and drill stuff. So that way, it becomes fundamental to you. And then hopefully they go to the parents and say that they like it. Man, it's making me feel good. But hopefully they ain't sitting there like, nah, man, he making me do too much. And then the parents are going to speak up because they don't understand that process. They ain't never seen it or been part of it like that. So
they're not going to be happy because we're bringing a towel to Saturday practices because we're going to clean the floor.
You know what I'm saying? Something different that they ain't done.
We are cleaning the floor. They're just like, what is that, Coach? Oh, we'll find out. You will find out. What I'm saying? They're all looking at me like, I don't know if I should be scared or excited.
Well, some of the differences though, because in the city, you got problems in the city too. Because you got kids that got a lot of psychological problems, a lot of home problems, just as well, just as you go out in the suburbs, you got out Hastings, Rosemont, and the Apple Valley, you got problems out there with some of these kids are soft as Oreo butter.
Hey, like Gary Trier used to say, man, two pillows fighting, man. They just two pillows fighting, man.
Right. So, you've got problems, you have to just be able to deal with them and whatnot. And I think the other thing is you got to find once you get into these kids' heads, I think when I coached in the summertime, I had some problems, but then I just immediately said, hey, man, either you're going to do this or you can go, you can go.
Right.
So we didn't have we had some problems, but not a lot of problems, But like anything else, there's problems with the kids in the suburbs. But we had kids that came from the suburbs to play in the city because they want to get better. So it just, I think a lot of it's just, like how you communicate with your kids, and stuff. And so, they'll be all right.
Man, I think that a lot of times it's good to make that mix though. Like we used to sign up our kids for tournaments that were in the city so that they can understand what we were saying. You know what I'm saying? Like when we would tell them about how intense they have to be on the press or what they have to do, what's going to be coming for them on the press. We would sign up for, NABA tournaments so that we can have our kids play against them so they can see what we were saying. Why they get mad at us for telling them this is going to happen. Okay, now you're out there and boom, 12 straight points on you on the press. You know what I'm saying? So now you see what we're saying,
Right.
And that's kind of, I think, what we're doing right this year. We're going to try to make a tough schedule for them so they can understand right away what we're saying.
Right out of the gate. Right out of the gate. Right.
That's what I'm planning to do for next year's schedule. Is like I got St. Paul Central in there. I have De La Salle in there. I got some other schools in there. Like I have Edison in there. Like those are like, I want to play those schools because I need for them to see. Like it ain't all sponges and roses over here while you just on this side of the river.
You know what I'm saying?
Come on and come across.
South of the river. South of the river, yo. South of the river out here.
Come on and come across.
But I think a couple, two or three of our players, they play AAU, so they're accustomed to playing against those Negro kids, those black kids, and they're running. You know what I'm saying? And you got because you're not gonna get away from it if you're trying to get better as a team in basketball. You can't run from the Negroes. You're not. I'm sorry, you can't do it because you're gonna have to go and play them at some point in time.
Yes.
At some point in time. Right. So how much time do we have?
It hasn't told me anything yet. So
really? I
guess we're still good.
So Sam, what was you talking about when we started, man? You said you was gonna say something, man. What was you gonna talk about, man? what you trying to talk about, Sam?
No, you want to tell the story or you want me to tell the story? I like it when I do it.
Hey, no, because no, let me do it because you be ad-libbing stuff.
Go ahead.
Hey, so I'm hooping at Northwest Racquet Club at the time before we came at Lifetime Fitness, and we up in there, man. We just ball up in there, one down over in
St. Louis Park,
94, St. Louis Park, yeah. So we one day be people up in there, man, and this one day Randy Moss is up in there playing. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like I gotta step my game up. You know what I'm saying? Randy up here, so I gotta go get it. So I'm getting it too. You know what I'm saying? But okay, so I made a bad decision, right? So I made this bad decision. See, what happened was whoever was guarding Randy just let him go. And I was like, I'm always a person, you know what I'm saying? I play defense, you know what I'm saying? So Randy coming to the rim. So I'm just meeting him at the rim. I'm finna show Randy what I got. That was a bad decision, man. That was all bad decision.
Randy gave you the gift.
Yeah, man. He can play basketball, bro. Everybody been talking stuff about him possibly playing basketball. He can play basketball, bro.
He's a real hooper.
Yeah. So that was tough. And by the time we left, we got out, got dressed. By the time we went to lunch at Benihana's, everybody knew. No, y'all, that was the kicker. I mean, the whole point of the story was everybody knew. I could go nowhere. I was like, man, I heard Randy did his thing. I was like,
he's part of the legend. That's all.
Randy Moss.
It happens to the best of us, so it's all good.
Moss cold. Hey,
it wasn't even your man, Tyler.
I was helping.
You were just trying to help out. You know,
and I was, right. And I wasn't scared. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna go. I wanted to go up with him. You know what I'm saying?
You be that hard.
I wanted to see.
Right here in the chest.
I wanted to see, man. I know now. Believe me, y'all. Believe me. Don't do it.
Right. Yeah, he could have. There's no doubt in my mind that Randy Moss could have played the NBA too.
Yes.
Could have.
Right. Like for real. I mean.
Hey, we got 10 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. So I was just I was gonna be messy if I told the story. So I'm glad you told the story.
you still want to say it. You still want to tell your version.
Right, and I'm not going to, because you know what? Your version is the right version. My version would have been the messy version.
Hey man,
oh, that was funny.
Hey, that was up, man.
But no, it had. I find that I'm having to change a little bit of my style too, but not much because, like I said, I've coached for a long time. I've coached for some legendary, coaches under some legendary coaches, and so you sort of kind of have to ease up a little bit, try to change with the times because these kids, like I said before, these kids are soft as Oreo butter. You might, you'll be blessed if you can find a kid or two that's hard nosed and willing to go after it. And I think we might have 2 or 3 players that are like that now. I know Keegan. This girl, whew, man, she ain't nothing nice. But they're young. They're young, and you got to constantly keep giving them confidence all the time. The time. You just can't just do it. Back in the day when I was coaching summer, I said, "Hey, man, give me a nice compliment and keep going." But see, now you have to just keep rolling over. You have to continue to keep giving confidence to these kids because it's all, the more confidence you get, the better they're going to play. It's kind of like you're going to get more bees with honey. I think it is. That's the saying. Is that the saying? Okay. Right. So it's just, you have to sort of kind of gauge your players and kind of, still be a little tough on them. Don't ever ease up, because if you give in to the kid, then the kid wins, and then you're not doing the kid any justice because you're just easing up. It's like, well, because the kids don't run the show. No. You run the show.
Right.
No.
Right.
Oh,
they can have an opinion, but doesn't mean I have to listen.
Yep.
So Coach Ward, so I know you probably seen the schedule. You guys' schedule already. What's those 1 or 2 teams that you already looking at? Like, that's gonna be that game that we really need to get up for.
I think one of the biggest games. Well, there's 2. One is the Hopkins game. No, the Minnehaha Academy game. Minnehaha, we got that game, and that's gonna be that gymnasium's been pretty publicized for the last few years, so it's gonna be kind of hype up in there, and I'd love to see our boys step up to the challenge in there. And then the other game is the local rivalry here, Eastview High School. I heard they got a pretty all right team this year, but they share Apple Valley with us, so we got to clock them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I know people that go there, kids that go there, people that coach there, so we got to clock them people for sure. That's got to be a done deal win. And then that Minnehaha game, man. So
what about Lakeville North?
I heard they all right, man, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think they can hang with us, man. I don't think they can hang with us.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? They got a couple of people on there that I know about, but if we can apply the pressure like I think we can, we're gonna be all right.
That's the main thing. I think for me, going into a new program, I told my girls, because I used to coach at Two Rivers, used to be Henry Sibley, but now it's called Two Rivers.
Yeah, I heard that.
So I used to coach there. I'm like, you were the one team that we could for sure check off as a win.
Right.
I said, that ain't gonna happen no more. We not gonna be the easy win. We gonna come out in our conference, everybody can be like, well, wait a minute. Where did this team come from? Yep, because we're about to put it on you. Because we're a team full of shooters.
That's what's up. Yeah.
So they know that. Yeah. So I'm about to take all my shooters inside first.
Yep.
So now you don't know how to defend us.
Right.
So that's my
Coach Sherry, don't give away all your secrets. All right.
I know, Coach. Hey. Hey, keep
they ain't gonna be giving away right away.
Right.
I'm just saying, someone might sneak a peek or something.
Yeah, they'll look on Huddle. Be like, we need to watch this team. Watch away.
Well, I can't remember who said it, but somebody said, "Hey, I'll give you my playbook. You can see the playbook. You just got to stop us." You know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. You can know exactly what I'm doing. Just can you stop us though? You know what I'm saying?
That's the question. Can you? I don't care what you know. I don't care what it is that you do.
Right.
Can you stop us from scoring? Is gonna be the question.
Right. Well, I just think the other thing too is that we don't really worry about what you're doing. We just don't. At least for me, I don't care what you're doing. You can do whatever you're gonna do. We're just worried about our team and what we're able to do.
Right.
Because you get caught up in that, starting to worry about, they got this. No. You kind of you psych yourself out before you ever play the game.
Right.
So I just think sometimes, you got to have some talent too. I'm not going to lie. You got to have some talent. You're not going to, if you don't have any talent on your team to work with, you're going to always, you're gonna be coaching scrubs. You know, now
Yep,
scrubs can
yep.
get better,
Yeah,
but
right.
let's face it. Do you want to coach some scrubs, or do you want to coach some of the elite players?
You got to have some guys that can play, man.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You got to have role players too, but you got to have some guys that can go get it.
Absolutely.
Man.
You know, and I think sometimes, people get kind of caught up in, like you say, you know, the social media is just it's a trip.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
And that'll if you get caught up in I haven't heard any of our girls talk about that, so that's kind of cool, you know, not to say they're doing it, but you know, but I just think, you know, but see, times change because, you know, you were around 20 years ago, right? There was no social media. No, they weren't. You know, they weren't. Remember they had pagers.
It was dial-up for us. Almost.
Right. They had pagers.
MySpace.
And they had, and you might have had MySpace. I didn't know that. I don't know what any of that crap is, you know?
Right.
And so you just kind of, you know, you have to change with the times, but don't let the times rule you.
I like that.
Because the bottom line is,
so enough.
You still gotta play some hard-nosed basketball.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
That's
right. So that's you know, that's really, you know, what it's really all about. And I remember I just recently one of the referees who I know fairly well. He said, "Oh man, you coaching again?" Yep, I'm back out coaching. You know, and I don't, you know, and it's just it's Sherry. It's not just Sherry's team. It's all of our team. Right. All of our team. I don't want to differentiate nothing. She just happened to be the head coach. Okay, what's wrong with that, right? You know. Right. So I have to make that clear to some people too. They're like, "Oh, you're not the head coach." Nope. I work. I work. Sherry's the head coach.
Yeah, I told a kid that the other day. I had a kid that was asking me, could he come to the gym earlier today if I can come and open the gym up for him. I said, look, you need to talk to your head coach about that. Right. He's like, but you got the key. You can make something. You can come down. I said, yeah, I could, but you need to talk to your head coach about that.
Right.
That's the head coach.
Because you never want to overstep your boundaries and step on someone's toes. And that's my whole thing. Is I mean, I've been an assistant. I've been a head coach, I've been an assistant for a long time, so I know both roles. But you know, you gotta, and I think sometimes the head coach appreciates you at least saying, "Oh no, you know, Sherry's the head coach." What does Coach Sherry say, right? And they're like,
"Here's what I say at the end of the
day." What did y'all say earlier when we first started? See the ball.
That's right. 1 minute.
Well, you know, we're gonna have you back on the show probably after Christmas, Tyler. You know,
okay,
we'll have you back on, and we'll kick it around and
hopefully I got some good news for y'all.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll have some good news for you too.
Right. Hey, man, I love this, man. Sam, I love this, man. I keep coming to y'all episodes before, man. Hey, this is big news, man. Out here, y'all talk sports. I know Sam, man. I know Sam knows his sports knowledge is up there, so. Y'all.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate
you, man.
Right.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Subscribe, like, tell your friends.
I'm already am, y'all.
All right. We'll see you.